My name is Joe Bannister and I'm a recruitment manager here at Arthur Edward Recruitment. What we do is we specialise within the cosmetics industry and we work from concept to shelf of the whole product life cycle. So how some recruitment agencies would specialise just in sales or marketing, we work across the whole aspect within a company. So we work with the people that come up with the ideas for a product, the people that then formulate those products and actually make them in a lab. And then we also work with the marketing teams, the sales teams, all the way up to board level, from grads as well. So we're working with everyone within the business, making sure that we find people the top talent. So in my current role, I'm involved in a lot of the search process through early stage recruitment all the way to the finished process. And how we do that is with our database. Because the company's been around now for 20 years, we've got a database of over 30,000 people. So we use that to source a lot of our candidates. Other things in my job that I do is, luckily I'm here because I've been here almost 6 years now. What they've done is they've really tried to push me in my development to build to that next stage in my career. So they've been getting me involved with talking to clients, being involved with just them. So it's just me doing the sole contact with the client. So I'll get the job on, talk to them about what is really important for them in a candidate and see what it is that they need and what they want, what's important. And then I'll go out and search on the database, talk to people, have those initial screening conversations, get the CV sent over, do some interview prep, and then run all the way through the offer stage as well, right up to the completion of the recruitment process. So I got into recruitment from probably a very early age because I was lucky enough to have my mother who started the business. So I got to grow up watching her, seeing what she was doing, being involved with things from getting things sorted for her for going to an exhibition or packing envelopes for a raffle that she was involved with for some charities within the industry. And since then, I was always an outgoing person, so I was always going to be doing something salesy, whether it was recruitment or selling in another area of a business. But the way that I then got into it was in 2015. Heidi thankfully took me to a really big exhibition in the cosmetics industry, at which I got to meet a lot of the clients and candidates that I work with today. So from that, I then decided that further education wasn't the thing for me. So I decided to do a recruitment apprenticeship, and since then I've not looked back. So some of the challenges that I thought I might face or have faced, I suppose, was probably the main one was my attention to detail, I suppose. So I was never very detail orientated, so taking notes and making sure that I was logging everything on the database, so all of my conversations, emails and all of that, it was quite a big learning curve to start with. I am getting better at it now, hopefully. My managers will be able to answer that question for you if you care. But so for me that was a really big learning curve, but hopefully I'd like to think that I'm getting better at it now. The other things that I faced was, I found that as a child I was very open and easy talking to people. However, when I started talking to people on the phone, just over the phone, was very different, I found, and it was quite difficult for me. And I wasn't very confident to start with, but eventually having more conversations, doing some practice one with a few colleagues, getting to building a script almost to say this is how it would go. And then the other thing that really helped with that was actually being involved with the industry, going out to events and actually learning what I needed to. So being able to talk to people about their job and actually being able to understand it rather than just saying yes, smiling and nodding. And then the other thing is, starting so young, it was quite daunting talking to people in senior positions that had spent 20 years already in the industry, talking to a 17-year-old that knew nothing, that had hardly any knowledge. It was really daunting to start with, but again, over time, I got my confidence, I built up my rapport with people, and it's been fine ever since. So some of the lessons that I've learned, the first one is probably that it was harder than I was expecting it to be to start with. I was expecting to be able to walk in, just jump on the phone straight away, talk to people and make some money. It was not like that at all. So just stick with it. A few months down the line, learn the industry that you're in, learn the roles that you're working on, and it will come. And then the other thing was to not be afraid to ask for help. So what I really enjoy about my job here at Arthur Edward is that I get to work across the whole process of recruitment. So I get to start talking to the clients, and finish with a placement. And I get involved with all aspects of that within the team. Another thing that I really enjoy doing is building relationships with my candidates and also my clients now. So building those relationships that are going to last forever and be here for my whole career. And then another thing that I really love doing is going to all the networking events that we get to go to, not just in the UK, but also abroad, which is always an added perk. So my advice as someone starting into the industry nowadays would be to put the hours in early so that you can reap the rewards later on. If you get the choice to either work from home or be in the office with the senior recruitment team, then always pick being in the office with those senior recruitment guys, because you'll learn so much from them. If you have the chance to choose a mentor, then definitely do as well, because you can listen into their calls, see how they search, see where they find their best candidates, and then take that and kind of incorporate it into your own way of working. And the other thing to do that is also probably one of the most important ones is to build your network, because it's not just about what you know, it's also about who you know.